Radial JDI, doing the tests right now. This is the minus 18 test. This ain't actually any fun to listen to. It's just these are just test tones. But test some of these things and see if you really got to spend $5 bajillion just to get a decent chain. So let me put these, compare them in a second. So right now I'm just making Scott Stillwell happy, right? I'm gonna redo these tests with the much flatter mic preamp. So here we go. Minus 18. Hey, Steve Landos. I've been testing every mic preamp I could get my hands on and every direct box, any analog device, and we're going to compare them head to head. Okay, so that's my minus 18. This should be minus 6. And I'm probably going to end up putting this Focusrite on as my channels 25 through 32 of my regular setup. We'll see about that. Dry, but I want people to see that I'm doing this. You see the real devices. I'm not making it up. That's what we're doing. In fact, as soon as this test is over, I'll show you something else. Oh, you can't see the front of it. Guys in is a Focusrite Octoprix Mark II. This, let me make sure. Hold on. This AMEC 9098. Okay, so it's not like we're making up the devices we're testing. I got plenty more. Got a bunch over there that are already done. Here's part of the testing rack here. Let me see if I can show this without messing everything up. Testing rack. Sorry, I can't really get in there. There's the Apogee Rosetta 200 that's doing the conversion. It's going into some 2408s for the most part. These mic pre-tests, the analog to digital converters being done by the Octoprix Mark II. And why can't this spin? This is weird. So that was the radial JDI test. I'm going to, okay, actually, so this is a boring, tedious process, but it needs to be done. So what I do once these are all done, I'm going to just have the minus 18 showing. I'm going to render that real quick. That is going to go to real JDI. I'm gonna pull in these waves that I'm rendering. These are just for the test program to use. We're gonna pull all those up as soon as I'm done testing all these DIs. So here's minus 18. I'll render that. Okay, that was quick and easy. Now, see, this is a tedious process. So sorry. So I'm gonna now here's the minus 6. just got the -6 showing. Wonder if I could do a batch render, make this a little bit easier, but it's okay. Or I could record takes maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so there's -6. You got to do this right, or things are going to go really bad. See, I had that. I don't trust this. See, now I had the record going. Yeah. So I'm just going to do this again. This is, like I say, this is tedious stuff, but it's got to be done correctly, or else bad, or else you just won't really have an accurate representation. I could probably do this in solo, but I'm a little bit paranoid about that, so I'm not gonna. Okay, so those are sent off to. In fact, I'm just going to decode this one so you can see what's going on. Here, I'm gonna pull open this wave file. Here's the radial JDI. I'm going to get these in 3 different size levels. I did the -18, -6, and -3. I probably don't need to, but just dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So I'm gonna pull these up. Show you why I'm doing this in just a second. Okay, so this is still a very tedious process. I got to save all these. I had these before, so I'm going to go over them so I don't probably delete the rest of these. Probably need to start separating these things, in fact. It's getting a little bit unwieldy. Okay, so the point of all that, now check it out. I can click this graph here, and now I can see the frequency response of all 3 different levels. And see, they're pretty much the same, so in this case, I probably didn't need to do that. See that little bump at the end there? This is the 0.1 decibel resolution, so it's pretty flat. Look at that, really flat. Okay, so we're going to look at the noise level, and again, that's probably not going to change. I think they're going to be a change in right here is the total harmonic distortion. A little bit more at -3, so pretty much what you'd expect. So anyway, that's this. I am going to clean up. Art DI I can keep. The Countryman I can get rid of. I'm gonna do that one again. Okay. I know I have some more super cheap DI someplace. I don't know where it went. I know the kids used to use them. It's probably in the live show bag. I don't, man, I don't even know. That's kind of freaky, actually. Anyways, so that was the JDI. So just gonna move on to. I don't think I need to test the Pro DI 2 because it's gonna be the same as the DI. Yeah, you know what? I'll just test it. Why not? Okay. Change this out for the Pro DI. A little bit of a level change here. Back to its normal place. Okay, so time to start doing the tedious stuff. Okay, so first thing I want to do is get my -6 level. You know, there's probably a way easier automated process to do this in Reaper. But okay, so see, I'm getting -11, whereas so it's like this Pro DI's got 6 decibels less gain than the or 6 decibels more drop than the JDI. Maybe that means it can handle hotter signals. I don't know. Probably not. It's kind of a lot of gain I just gave it. Remember, hold on. Panel inputs might be a little bit different. Can't remember if you can do line inputs on the front. I don't think you can. I think those are DIs. Okay, that's good. I got to test these Focusrite DIs too in a little bit. Okay, so that's 6. It looks good. So let's go and start doing these. Here comes -18. Blammo. You got his Grateful Dead jam band practicing here tonight. Okay, so mute that. Time for -6. You know, I could name these in a way so that I could do all the renders later. I wonder if I know that would be faster, but okay, here's a -3. Okay, so that's that. Time to render them, I guess. Yeah, there's probably a way smarter way to do this. So this is the Radial Pro DI. Okay, so the next, let's see, we got to get the -3. Is boring stuff, but I'm documenting this so that later on people can't say that, oh, you didn't actually test those pieces of gear, you're using something else. Nope, I got that gear right here in my greedy little paws, so they can suck it. Switch it out. I'm gonna do the, just because true believers out there, they're always going to have some God of the gaps excuse for where some magical audio something's hiding. So, you know, I may as well do the Pro D2, even though it's the same as the Pro D1. But whatever. Let's check the levels, see how close they are. Right. Let's see. Okay, get my -6 again. Oh, that is a lot louder. Well, I'm glad I checked this. So this one doesn't seem to have that 6 decibel drop as the Pro D1, whatever. Oh yeah, Alex, did you see my did you see the comparison between the 88,000 and the Apogee Rosetta? The new one, the 8200, is supposed to be way better. I don't have one yet. Somebody already promised to send me one to test, but somewhere on my Facebook there's a picture of them. In fact, hold on. You know what? That's the cool thing about this. I'm gonna pull this up for you right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Pulling up. Okay. So here we go. So save file. I'm gonna look for 88. So there's the 88,000. But remember, these are old, right? The new one, I think it's the same price. It's supposed to be way better. But let me here's Rosetta 16. So yeah, man. I mean, okay, so this is, there we go. So that's the highest resolution I can get right there. There's your difference, at least in the frequency response. I know there's gonna be like magical jitter God of the gaps or whatever. So there's frequency response. I think the 88,000 is a little bit noisier. Statistics wise, I don't know, 2 decibels, but there were some spikes in the 01316 pound. There's some spikes, but here's the total harmonic distortion. This was the one I was expecting to see, but I mean, I really there's some stuff low down, but look at it, it's 100 decibels down, man. Like, that's gonna bother you? So yeah, I'm gonna keep using this Apogee as the reference mark, but yeah, all right. So anyway, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. But oh, they are. But okay, so my one, I had the foil wire it yesterday because we can't buy. There's no Radio Shack in Hawaii anymore. Yeah, it's our bathroom code. It's we can't. There's no Radio Shack anymore, so I didn't have any fuses for it. So I had to foil wire it. So Scott Stillwell said that some of the old ones had some problem with the power supply. So I don't know. Maybe that's been fixed on the new one or whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna see about getting my -6 here. -6.4. This is real finicky. So if I would use the Midas mic preamps for this because they're a lot easier to click through. But this Focusrite's the tiniest bit flatter. This continuous control knob is very sensitive. I'm just going to get it close. You know, you want to be pedantic, whatever. This is minus 6.2. I'm going to live. Okay, so this is the Pro D2. This is interesting. It's nice to know that the I'm going to put that in the notes. The Radial Pro D2 is 6 decibels hotter on the output than the Pro DI or Pro D1, whatever it is. That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. I'm looking at it now. I don't have a pad on the Pro DI. So anyway, here we go. I'm gonna capture this one real quick. Now, people wanted me to do a spike test. And I didn't know a good way to catch the graphics of it, you know, to freeze it. Oh, crap, I had the freeze on. So if anybody has an idea on that, that would be good. Just to see how about smear. Scott Veenstra was talking about slew rate. That'd be an interesting test, too, I think. I'm not so sure, but we can try it. So anyway, we're moving on with the Pro D2. This is the third DI box since I got on here, so we're moving along. Again, this is a tedious part of the rendering process. And again, there's probably a simpler way to do it. I should probably be saving these all as separate files, but I'm not. So nerve-wracking. It's like making drum samples. The -3. Sure, I got what I think I got. So I really should start dividing these into DIs and everything else. Radio Pro DI, Pro D2. That's that. Okay, so next victim. I'm gonna actually put this one away for now. At least I don't need it anymore. It's going to my DI drawer. Probably run a frequency response on the reamps and the JDX. I don't really use the reamp so much. I could use the reamp to get it down to guitar level to go into this DI, but I haven't found a real problem with going in at the line level. I mean, that's the whole point of that AV2, right? Reamp also knocks off a lot of the high end. I'll do one with the reamp, and you can see what it does to the frequency response and why I'm Pro AV2. This is a this one has a lot of different inputs and outputs. I guess it's for keyboards or something. There's even an 1/8 inch in whatever. So who knows what it's going to be level wise. So I'm going to go to. I know this is tedious. It's crazy tedious. That's about exactly the same level as the Pro D2. I wonder if these are the same things. It just one has some RCA jacks and an 1/8-inch jack on it, and nothing else is actually any different. Could be. Stranger things have happened. So here we go. I'm gonna start. So this is Radial Pro AV2. Deleted the old ones, but there was a bounced. You see this? There was a lot of bouncy looking signals on the AMAC 9098, and I was chalking that up to maybe the signal path in there, maybe the EQs or who knows what it was, but I was actually getting a lot more weird results with the 9098 than I am with this Focusrite Octoprix Mark II. Potentially good thing. I guess it's good that Scott yelled at me because maybe this is going to turn out a little bit better. So let's see about say something about I could just in fact let me just prove this to you so you don't so I'm not just saying something. We're dubious about the line level of the sending a line level signal into the DI. As I can get myself a cable. Okay, so plug it into the input we were just looking at. Into my guitar. Clear out the guitar's putting out crazy level. I think we're okay. Sure, I ain't gonna use that reamp. Is that when I do this later, I'll show you it actually takes out the high frequency. So never mind. I haven't really seen a problem with using the line level into this Pro AV2. In fact, I see people use this for keyboards and everything else. So sorry, not sorry. Okay. So let me just I'm gonna handle See, I messed up again. Keep messing up. Do this again. Here we go. Okay. So that was the Pro AV2. Quick. It's one everybody talks about, right? Countryman. So this is one of the best parts. So like you say, well, the Countryman's warm and the JDI is bright, or the JDI is warm and the Countryman's bright. You know, you see all these adjectives and all this nonsense. We're going to take a look later on at what these actually look like. But you know, the fact that on the forums that people use different words to describe the opposite words to describe the same device, or the same word to describe opposite devices, it kind of tells me everything I need to know. That these people aren't really listening. They're definitely not testing these things. But let's just see what we get here. So this one's going to need phantom power, I think. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's not armed. Duh. Okay. Okay, what am I getting here? Oh, way too hot. Okay. So the Countryman's output level is pretty high, which is nice. This is really finicky. It's as close as I want to get. And you know what? So again, this I want to say this. If these claims are so hyperbolic, like, oh my God, you know, you got to use this mic. It's so different. Any fool could hear it. So, you know, I'm not going to worry about 0.1 decibel. I'm just really not. You can't have it both ways. So if it's going to show, it's going to show here. Okay, let's see if I can keep from messing this up. Countryman at -6. Should have all kinds of fun guests stopping by tonight. I don't know that they're going to get on here and talk, but we already had Alex in the chat room. Hey. Okay, so here's a -3 for the Countryman. Okay, so here I'm going to render these out. Again, sorry for the tedium. 6. Okay. Countryman. I know I have more DIs around here, but I just don't know where they went. So here's gonna be an interesting piece here. So how many super snobs talk about this guy, right? It's Yuri 325. Okay, this thing weighs an absolute ton. Let's see how it works. Around. To make sure that I'm powering this from here and not from a battery, I'm a little bit nervous because the test ended up weird They got a battery power them or plug an adapter into them. I don't know if I have any adapters. Wow, look. So here's a, who knows? Look, this battery does not look good. I don't even want this thing in here. Let me just Google this real quick. Okay. So I don't want the batteries in there. Let me see if this still works without the battery plugged in at all. I don't trust it. So the switch looks a little bit banged up, but middle position is supposed to be phantom power. So we'll see. Yeah, if I can find some adapters, there's a lot of stuff I'd actually like to do. I'm gonna put this back in this case in a second. I just want to test this. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna turn off phantom power, see what happens. Nothing. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Needs to be cleaned out. I'm gonna actually clean this out later. This is not cool. know what you're gonna get. It might be taking apart gear or who knows what. Right, we're always doing something crazy. Okay. Back in. So I'm gonna let this stabilize for a second while I throw these batteries away. Goodbye. Okay, so I don't like this. Why is this thing bouncing around? If I tap it, it bounces. Look at that. What's going on here? Something's not stable inside there. I'm not sure what that is. It probably just needs to be cleaned. Anyway, I'm going to check these levels. This thing has a pretty low level. Okay, so that's very close. Okay. He's actually making me a little bit nervous. Oh, man, I keep forgetting to turn looping off. These. Well, this theme is really hard to tell when files are selected. That's not cool. Actually, I haven't grabbed the newest version of this theme, so for all I know, it's way better now. Okay, so that's it for the. Actually, I think I got some more someplace, but for now, we're gonna go to the El Cheapo. Look at that, Rapco, and I was using this as my splitter for my FRFR. So let's go El Cheapo. You know, these are the ones like $30, $40 kind. Everybody says they're total crap. Now I'm going to be testing as many audio interface DIs as I can get my hands on. In fact, remind me, that's we got to check the Focusrite one next. Duh. Okay. But I've still got plenty more DIs around here. Okay, so I'm going to try the Focusrite one. I have to use a different. Now, one of my Focusrites was messed up, so we're going to find out if that's this one. Oh, duh. I don't need to change that. Sorry. So I need to change the change this to instrument. So I'm seeing a minus 76 noise floor, so I think this might be the messed up one. So let me that's about the same. So this one might be messed up. I had one that got messed up, but let me we're just gonna find out. The way I have it set up right now, I can't really monitor this stuff, so it's a little bit tricky. Oh yeah. Okay, so here was one of the problems with the original Focusrite Scarlets, and this is why I use direct boxes with this thing, because the it can't handle too much level. Let's see if the pad helps any. Hopefully. Barely. Wow, that's cranking. Okay, let me think about how to do this. So I'm gonna change these just for this one test. Oh boy. You know, I'm probably gonna end up having to do this a lot with the shoot, hold on, sorry.